Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. ¿Puedo tener ceviche clásico y frita de yuca y chicha morado? Sí. Gracias. I spoke Spanish, guys. I haven't done that in so long. So the first place we're at is a Peruvian restaurant called Aji Peruvian, and we have a few things. This is called Chicha Morado. It's a purplish drink made out of purple corn, and when I first had it, it tastes very similar to Jamaica or hibiscus agua fresca in Mexico. It's super refreshing, sweet, a little bit sour. It's a little bit cinnamony. Oh yeah, you definitely taste the corn at the end. We also got yuca fries. Yuca is the same thing as cassava root. They're super, super starchy and super crispy. Yum. They're so good on its own. But the reason I really came here is the ceviche. So ceviche has a very similar origin story to poke in Hawaii. Fishermen and coastal indigenous groups in Peru would want to find a way to make their fish last longer. They would cook the fish in Amazonian fruit juices, and they would marinate it overnight or even for a couple days to the point where the acid would break down the proteins in the flesh so much that the fish would actually turn opaque and be cooked. But then the Spanish came in the 1400s and they introduced citrus. So now instead of Amazonian fruit juices like tumbo, they would be using oranges and limes and lemons. They would still use the same marination technique by letting it sit for a very, very long time. But then in the 1800s, when the Japanese came, they introduced a method of flash marinating the fish instead of cooking it overnight, so that the acid just barely cooks the outside and it removes the bacteria, but you still have the really great texture. We got the fish in the middle. This is likely to be a type of snapper, corvina, or flounder, and it's marinated with lime juice, chili peppers, red onions, cilantro, ginger, maybe a little bit garlic. The fish is so soft. When it melts in your mouth, it just has a little bit of that texture. I feel like the onions are the best part because they add a lot of sharpness and they kind of cut through the richness of the fish. Let's put some of the nuts on. Oh, that sauce is so spicy. I think the really important part with these types of dishes is that the ingredients are super, super fresh. Like fresh ginger, fresh garlic, fresh lime, like fresh fish. Oh my God. It really makes a difference. So Jacky behind the camera had a really good idea. We're gonna take the yuca and we're gonna make it like an open sandwich. I'm gonna soak up some of that liquid and then we're going to sandwich on some of the fish. This is gonna be a big bite. Two amazing things on their own. Put them together, even better. It's spicy and acidic. Okay.
Maybe there or maybe here, I don't know.
July 27th, free ceviche day. Hopefully this video comes up with it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
For everybody, you know?
Yum. Oh yeah, we'll just take the 5, it's fine. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So this is Pão de Queijo. Pão means bread and queijo means cheese, so it literally translates to cheese bread. It's Brazilian cheese bread. It's gluten-free. It uses tapioca flour as the main starch. And tapioca flour, if you remember yuca fries from the previous place, it all comes from the same root, cassava root. And that's what makes it super translucent and super, super chewy. Tapioca flour is what is found in a lot of East Asian desserts and tapioca noodles. So if you're familiar with Asian food and the really chewy textures, this is very similar to that. It's very QQ, if you know what that is. The inside texture is like that of mochi and the outside is kind of like a pizza crust or a bagel. Originally, the way this bread was made was that it was only using tapioca flour and water, but then when the Spanish came, they introduced flour and cheese and milk and eggs. So then that all got combined and now we have cheese bread. I could eat so many of these. They're so chewy, salty, crispy on the outside, super savory from the cheese. The cheese is quite similar to mozzarella and Gruyere, kind of in the middle. It has like that stretchiness from the mozzarella, but kind of that tanginess from Gruyere. Good stuff. What else I should say? I think that's it. Hell yeah.
Can I have a name for the order?
Rachel. So we're filming a video of different food to eat in the Mission District. Oh, yeah.
So the easiest way is break it with a knife and eat it by hand.
Got it. Thank you. So our third stop, we're at an Oaxacan restaurant and we're eating at Tlayuda. So Oaxaca, if you didn't know, is a city in Mexico. And it's one of the most well-known cities for food itself. And at Tlayuda, some might call it a Mexican pizza, some might call it a much bigger taco, some might call it a crispy quesadilla. It's super, super crispy. And then we have frijoles, refried beans, we have some Oaxacan cheese, some cochita cheese, some avocado, some tomato, and maybe some onions and lettuce. And the meat I got tongue, also called lengua. The texture is like a little bit more spongier than beef. I would say the taste and texture is a little bit closer to liver. But you can get barbacoa, you can get chicken, you can get pollo asado. You don't have to be super adventurous here. So let's try to break this up. He said to cut it and then eat it with your hands. And we're gonna put avocado. That's a bite. That's a beauty bite. Oh, honestly, those beans are so good. Try some hot sauce. Oh yeah. There's a lot of chipotle in it. And definitely other roasted peppers. It's so simple. If you like tacos, if you like quesadillas, if you like anything remotely Mexican, you're gonna like this. Okay, thank you. One pupusa bean and plantain. Over here. Okay, we're at our second to last stop and we're getting pupusas, which are the national dish of El Salvador. And I'll be honest, sometimes I don't know the difference between pupusas and arepas. From what I know, arepas are specific to Venezuela and Colombia and they're made from a pre-cooked corn flour, but pupusas are not. I think arepas are more on the harder side and pupusas are a little bit softer. If someone knows the actual answer and wants to correct me, that would be great. I got one with plantains and beans. It's like nice and crispy on the outside, but the inside is a little bit like soft. I thought it was gonna be like whole. The plantain is kind of mushed into the beans. Let's dip it into the sauce. This is just like a really simple tomato sauce, and it's spicy. And this is cortida, which is a vinegary coleslaw. Crema Catalana, which is very similar to creme brulee, which is French, but this is Spanish. And the biggest difference is that creme brulee is made with heavy cream and vanilla, almost entirely just that. Crema Catalana is made with milk, eggs, orange zest, cinnamon, maybe some cardamom in there, orange blossom water. So there is some controversy as to which one came first, whether the Spanish made Crema Catalana first or the French made creme brulee. Now, I don't know exactly, but some guy on Reddit seemed to have a very convincing argument, so I'm gonna read what he said. Crema Catalana literally translates to burnt cream, and it was called so because in the 18th century, a Catalonian bishop was nearly served a runny custard. To fix the mess, the host decided to add a brittled sugar top. As soon as the bishop took a bite, he yelled crema. With creme brulee, it's hard to pinpoint its exact origin, but the earliest reference can be traced to a recipe from the 17th century. So if you must know, the French did it first, but that doesn't take anything away from the underdog, Crema Catalana. History lesson over, let's start to eat. We got that amazing cracked sugar top. It's a lot more runnier than creme brulee. Oh yeah, there's a lemon in this one. There could be a hint of cardamom that I'm tasting. This is definitely one of those desserts that if you're lactose sensitive or you're not a big fan of super heavy cream desserts, this is purely milk. It's super light. It's not that rich. It's really citrusy, a little bit floral, and some of that spice. So it's a lot more of a spiced up version of creme brulee. But then again, I think the Spanish would get mad if I compared this to creme brulee. It's its own category. So those are 5 things to eat in the Mission District. I hope you learned something. I hope you found something new to eat. Let me know in the comments any other small businesses you'd like to support in the Mission District. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Done. Great. Okay, yeah.